So let me get this right. You're wanting to sell your home, but don't know how to do that and figure out how to buy another place at the same time. So you feel stuck and just decide to stay put because it all feels too overwhelming to figure out how to make it work. Does that sound about right? Well, you're in luck. In this video, I'm going to share with you 3 tips so you can see if selling your house and purchasing a new one at the same time is a good idea for you. Hi, I'm Haskins with the NorCal Life Real Estate Group, and I know that the process of buying or selling a home can be stressful enough when you're just doing one of them. But when you're selling and buying at the same time, it can feel completely overwhelming, and it's hard to even know where to start. Thankfully, I have successfully helped multiple families do just that, and I may be able to help you too. If you have any questions about the information I cover in this video, you can reach out and book a call with me anytime. You'll find all of my contact information right here in the video description below, and I would love to chat with you more about it. For now, though, let's get into it. Now, the first thing I urge you to do above everything else is to assess your financial situation. Before you start a dual buy and sell process, it's really important to be able to answer a couple questions. Do you have the financial flexibility to potentially carry 2 mortgage payments for a month or 2, if absolutely necessary, say if the sale of your home takes a little longer than expected? Most of the time, closings can be arranged to be seamless, but there are rare instances where there's a gap. For example, we just finished working with a really fantastic client, helping him sell his home, which ended up getting stuck in the middle of a data breach with the title company, causing it to shut down for over a week. And on his buy side, super crazy weather prevented his new build replacement property from being finished as quickly as we expected. So both completely unusual circumstances, but thankfully he had a good financial plan and is now happy in his new home. So are you working with a lender that knows your full financial situation and that you trust to keep in good communication with both you and your realtor if something like this was to happen? Have you discussed with them different options like a bridge loan or maybe a home equity line of credit to cover a potential interval between a buy and a sell? Knowing your exact financial situation is imperative if you are considering this type of move, as no matter how exact you plan it, unforeseen circumstances can happen, so assessing your financial situation is a must. Now, before I move on to tip number 2, I can tell you that we have had quite a bit of experience with clients that buy and sell at the same time. We've actually had several clients that we've lined up in between both 3 and 4 houses, having to close in a row like dominoes to make everything work out. And it has. And that's why tip number 2 is good communication and bandwidth. Now, what do I mean by this? The process of selling your current home while purchasing a new one is kind of like walking a tightrope, requiring balance and timing and trust in the people you've selected to help you. So do you have the ability to take a deep breath and rely on the agent that you hired and their team to do what they need to do to coordinate both transactions? Additionally, it not only takes strategy and ongoing negotiations, but open and clear communication as well. Between who? Between the lender, the involved agents, the title company, the inspectors, and you. So, are you a rational communicator, able to listen to what's happening on both sides at once and be able to talk through issues that come up? Or do you get hyper stressed out and always focus on what you think might be going wrong? Are you impatient for responses? Or do you get upset when plans change due to unforeseen circumstances? If so, this type of endeavor might not be right for you. Now, I've done it enough time to know the process inside and out, which means our team's stress levels stay low and we're able to stay focused and in solution-oriented mode as we go along. But one thing about real estate is that something is always going to come up that needs attention. Sometimes it's something super minor and it's just very easy. And sometimes it's more serious and takes problem solving. But knowing your ability to handle different types of situations before you take on a dual transaction is something to consider and talk with me or your agent about. The last thing I can share with you is to focus more on getting your home ready for sale than looking for a new place when starting this type of transaction. I know that you want to get out and find a new home so you don't feel like you're going to be homeless if you sell your home first. It's a common feeling, and I'm here to tell you, you won't be. Spend the needed time to declutter, to make minor repairs, or even stage your home to make sure it's as appealing to your potential buyers as possible. When you put your current home on the market, it can be listed subject to you finding and closing on a replacement property. This means that your buyers are already going to know that you're looking for another property when they make an offer, which will potentially buy you a little more time at that point to find a replacement that will work out for you. Now, that amount of time can be up for negotiation between you and your buyer during the offer and maybe counteroffer period. So you're going to be working with your agent to make sure that that time frame feels comfortable for you. But no matter what you agree to, I still suggest concentrating on making your existing home as inviting to buyers as possible. That way, it's ensuring the highest return on your investment, which you can then use for your replacement. Now, don't take this to mean that I don't think that you should be looking at all or working with your agent to identify a replacement home. I just suggest spending the majority of time making sure your current home is appealing first before you put the cart before the horse and find something that you absolutely love, but then can't purchase because your existing home either isn't on the market yet or isn't selling as quickly as you would like. Selling your home subject to is a way to prevent the worry of having nowhere to go, and it's something I suggest you consider as an option. We have worked with many sellers concentrating on their home first and then the replacement to great success. Now, selling and buying a home at the same time can absolutely be done, and it can be pretty seamless. It just takes clear communication, precise planning, sometimes a bit of extra patience. These small tips that I just shared are the start in considering if this is the right move for you. I'm Sierra Haskins with the NorCal Life Real Estate Group, and if you would like to talk with me more about this process, please reach out and book a call with me anytime. I am more than happy to sit down and see if this is something that would be right for you. You can find all of my contact information right here in the video description below. I would love to chat with you about it. Now, be sure to watch more of our weekly videos as I cover all things real estate, community events, hotspots, and more. Thanks so much for watching, and I'll see you next week.